You've got a lot to learn about trucks, Thomas. That's why I asked Edward to bring these trucks today and not you. If you can't be patient and learn how to do things properly, I shall have to keep you in the shed, said Sir Topham Hatt sternly. No, sir. Please. I want to learn. I want to be a really useful engine. Sir Topham Hatt was not just cross with Thomas. He was cross with Edward, too. He told both his engines that they had to stay in the yard until Thomas learned as much about trucks as Edward. I'm sorry, Edward. This is all my fault, Thomas apologized. Never mind, Thomas, soothed Edward. At least we're working together again. Gordon thought the situation was very funny. Boop, boop, boop. Careful with the trucks today, little Thomas. This made Thomas cross, so he banged the trucks hard. Be careful, Thomas, warned kind Edward. Trucks don't like being bumped. They will pay you out. Soon Thomas had become very familiar with shunting the different trucks and passenger cars. Then, one wet, rainy day, Thomas brought the coaches for the first express to the platform. Thomas waited and waited, but an engine didn't come. Edward, who's meant to be taking this train? Henry. The passengers were beginning to say what a bad railway it was. Thomas snorted. Leave it for Henry to be always late. I'm gonna go give him a piece of my mind. Thomas, wait! You're meant to stay in the yard, called Edward. Where have you been, lazy bones? Thomas asked when he arrived at the sheds. It's time to pull the first train. You take the train, Thomas. You like pulling trains. Thomas was confused. No, Henry? This is your train. And besides, Edward and I have to stay in the yard. Well, I have to stay in the shed, Thomas. It's raining. A lot. But Henry, don't you want to pull your train? Don't you want to hurry down the tracks and... It's only water, Henry, Thomas laughed. See? It washes right off. Henry plucked up courage. Like I put in my boiler? Yes. Your passengers are waiting, Henry. Then, slowly, the big green engine puffed into the rain, and much to his delight, he saw that the rain didn't ruin his paint. Then, both laughing, the two friends made their way to the station. Sir Topham Hatt was waiting for them. He was pleased to see Henry, but not Thomas. Thomas, I told you not to leave the yard, and you did! So, tomorrow, Edward can go back to his usual jobs, but you have to stay here. So Thomas worked extra hard in the yard now. He was glad to have been able to help his friend Henry. And besides, He wanted to learn as much about trucks and coaches to be a really useful engine.